feels like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. David Ojabo making that tackle.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
2nd and 10 now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Great.
The play fake now hurts to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
No touch.
Running right, it's Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They bring their tight end left. On first down, Hurts. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Ready, shot. No, we changed it.
From the gun, Jackson. This one's to Andrews outright. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him right in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hey, tonight. Hey, middle. Hey, report.
Play action. Here's Jackson. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
180. Ready, shot. Shot.
Throwing again is Lamar. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or Too short of that 25. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Ready? Sit on, up. Sit on.
And again, it's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said and how long that gain was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field, but it paid dividends.
Headed out right. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Ravens make it a one-score game before halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens.
Sit on.
Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Sit on.
He's throwing for it. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line.
No touch it.
Dotson now in motion right.
No touch.
Back to throw it. Able to find Dotson here. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break.
No touch it. No touch.
This finds Smith. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
No touch it. 63, 63, 63. Hey, 73, 73.
They run it with Saquon. Will drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got Smith. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down throwing for Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hurts throwing again. Rolling left, buying some time. Connection made with his back deep downfield. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 2nd and 8. Taken in by Smith. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead. Line of scrimmage once again, that 7-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Getting out to his left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL. For that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Yo, 13.
Lamar now from the gun. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now they face second down.
Hey! 180!
Now here's Lamar. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within one score in the fourth. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Jackson's throwing for it. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well, there's a reason he's playing defense, because he couldn't quite corral that one, but in the end, it doesn't matter. He still does the job and denies 2 points.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Return starts at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Great. Hey, easy, 63, back. Miami.
Motion man left is Brown.
Delta.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the fourth quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Delta.
Trying again following the sack. It's Dotson on the catch. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On first down, Hurts. They did it! He made the interception! Brandon Stevens has it. Finds a seam left side. He's off to the races. And the Ravens have some new life in the fourth.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okey! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens come through to tie it in the fourth. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His third total score in this game. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
From the gun, Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. And he runs it in. That's going to break the tie and put them up by 2. All right, they got the job done. 2-point conversion successful. And as a result, a 2-point lead for them in this second half.
Yeah, the biggest deal right there, it really didn't matter if they kicked the PAT or went for 2 and ultimately got it. The most important part was breaking the tie. And I'll tell you what else it does, Kate. It really starts to mess with that opponent's chart over there. Everyone has them going into the game. When do I go for 1? When do I go for 2? Yeah, this coach just sped up that entire process with that decision.
And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He lofts it deep left. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Eagles needing a couple. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Slot man in motion right. He'll look to throw it. That pass caught by Dotson. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Setting up to pass. This one finds Goddard. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Get it. Ready.
And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Now the Ravens are going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Ready.
Barkley, a 1st down and more. And he did not get in. Finally stopped at the 1. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Now they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and go to go. Barkley can't push it across. They make the stand. Looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Let's go.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Field game.
And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into a good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Here he is to throw. Makes the grab and back outside. That goes for 36 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's first down. Back to throw. And a man is there to knock that away. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Four. Raise up. Get up.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Chased out to his right. Throwing this back in the end zone. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
GG's.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
And they're able to grind him to a halt after
GG's, baby.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.